Hello, this is the mapwing tutorial video. I'm going to show you how to create a mapwing and place it on your Google site. Mapwing is great for your setting part of your presentation on your website. So let's learn how to do it. Let's go ahead and click on mapwing here. One of the things you're going to have to do is go in and sign up. Just need your email address. I've already set up, so I'm going to log in. The librarian, and you don't get my password. Maybe I don't get it. There we go. Alright, first thing you're going to do is create. Now before you do this, you're already going to need your pictures picked out and downloaded onto your computer desktop. And how do you know which pictures to download? Well, I'm going to kind of teach you how to make one. You'll see what kind of pictures you need. I've already got mine downloaded into a file. Actually, mine called Mapwing 2. This is the second mapwing I'm going to make. I will show you the first one later. Alright, back up here to Mapwing. We are creating a basic virtual tour. We are making a mapwing based on a book that does not exist. We're going to call it The Gambler. It's going to be about a young man who wants to gamble from an old man at an old soda fountain. Spends years learning how to play poker from him. So let's call it The Gambler. There we go. Next. Okay, you're going to need a canvas image. This is the image that will kind of provide the maps part of your mapwing. I've already got one picked out. It is the inside of the diner. Soda fountain diner. There we go. I'm going to have mine scaled because I know it is a little too small to keep its original resolution. There we go. Okay, you have a few other options here. You can mess with those if you want. I'm just keeping mine straight up. Next step. Okay, please place a point by clicking on the map or click on an existing point to select it. What we are going to do is create points of where things took place in our story. So it's the setting of the story, different locations. Most of all of our story took place inside this old soda fountain diner. The booth where the old man taught him to play poker, we're going to say it's right there. We're going to call that the booth. You got to add all your points at one time. We're going to add the cash register. It looks like it's right about there. We'll call that cash register. We need the front of the diner. Let's say that the door is kind of like right this direction, so we'll put the point right there. Let's say that's the outside front of diner. And we need one on the bar stools. Alright, that is our 4 points. So we will click next. Now we need to add images for each of those for the mapwing to zoom in on. Let's start with the booth. Add image. And I have this booth picture. Two guys playing cards. For each location you could add different angles. If you'd like to do that, that is great. We are just going to do one picture for each location. Let's now go to the cash register. I have an image of an old soda fountain cash register right there. Let's do the bar stools. Add image. And the outside front entrance. There we go. Next step. Provide comments for an image by selecting a point on the map. So we need to tell why these different locations are important to our story. Starting with the booth. Add comment. This is the booth where the old man taught the young man to play cards / poker. Okay. You will probably have more information than that. Of course, this is just an example where you're creating. It's even based on a made-up story, not a real story as far as I know, except for the song The Gambler that I stole it from. Alright, cash register. Add comment. This is where the two gentlemen argued over who would pay for their last meal they ate together. Alright, so the old man said, "We are done." This was the last lesson. I will pay. Okay. It's a little bit of a sad story at this point. It gets sadder as we leave the cafe. This is the outside of the cafe here. We're going to say, the old man passed away after leaving that final lesson. I'm going to add a comment here to the Barstool. The very next day, while sharing a Coke float, the young man met the girl he would one day marry. He would one day marry. Years later, he becomes the best ever professional poker player. Okay, there we go. So we'll go to next. Okay, this is where you set your order. So we're going to start with the booth and go to the cash register. It is a one-way. Now we're going to add another connection. We're going to go from the cash register to the outside front of diner. That is a one-way. And one last connection from the outside front of the diner to the bar stools. One way. Okay, so we've got our stops connected in order. See, it makes a little triangle. Alright, so next, add hotspots. I actually am going to create a hotspot at the bar stools. What a hotspot is, it allows you to add in something to the picture that people can click on to see something different, like a web page or another picture. So I'm going to click draw your hotspot. I'm going to draw my hotspot right here. They're supposedly sharing a Coke float. So now configure hotspot. What type is it? Is it a website or is it an image view? It's an image view for me, and I'm adding in a Coke float. There we go. An old-fashioned Coke float. Coke poured over ice cream in a cold glass. Okay. There we go. That's done. The hotspot's not something you have to do, but it can add to the goodness of your mapwing. Initial starting point. We will start with the booth. Click up there and click start. Set startup. Alright, that's done. Next. Congratulations, your tour is nearly complete. Make sure you preview it before pressing finish. Everything looks good. I am going to say finish. Finish your virtual tour. Finish. Click to continue. Uploading files, and this is where you have to continuously click continue. So all the files are a settings tour of the fake short story. I just made it up, doesn't really exist. The Gambler. Submit tour. And it's done. Now it's going through the tour. This is your mapwing. It's a settings tour. All the stuff that you typed in is all right here. And you can click on the picture to see the Coke float. Very good. Click the export to go away. And your settings tour is done. Now, how do you get it onto your, how do you get this onto your website? Well, don't do embed the tour. It's not quite working right. It works sometimes not. We're going to embed the thumbnail, so we're going to copy that. Copy it all. There we go. We come to our website, the page we want it on. Click edit. We go into HTML. Go to the end of it and paste that. Enter. Update. Save. Now you can click on it. It's going to take people to your tour. Very good. One other thing, so we were all in one space on that one. I wanted to show you my other one that I made that takes you to various locations in a city. So this is like an overview of Washington, D.C. And you can, if you have a short story that takes place at different buildings, different locations, maybe even different cities, you have a picture of a map over here, like a state map or something, and you can put points on different cities. In this city, I just put points on different locations within the city. So mapwing has a variety of ways that you can set it up. Really just depends on your short story. Thank you, and good luck.